Every day, millions of people ride trains. They trust systems that keep locomotives from colliding. They rely on technologies that allow trains to communicate, brake safely, and move efficiently. But few people know the name of the man who helped make much of that possible. A self-taught inventor, an engineer, a pioneer who earned more than 60 patents. A man so brilliant that Thomas Edison himself challenged his inventions in court. And after losing, Edison offered him a job. His name was Granville T. Woods. Many called him the Black Edison. This is the story of one of the greatest inventors in American history, and one of the most forgotten. Chapter 1. Born in a Divided America. Granville Taylor Woods was born on April 23, 1856, in Columbus, Ohio. America was still a nation divided by race and slavery. His father, Cyrus Woods, was African American. His mother, Martha Brown, was of African American and Native American ancestry. Granville grew up in a working-class family, struggling to survive. Like many children of the era, education became a luxury his family could not afford. At just 10 years old, he left school to help support the household. For many children, that would have ended their education. For Granville Woods, it was only the beginning. Instead of classrooms, he learned from workshops. Instead of textbooks, he learned from machinery. He became an apprentice in machine shops and blacksmith shops, studying every gear, bolt, and moving part he encountered. The industrial world became his university, and Granville Woods became one of its greatest students.
The self-taught engineer. In 1872, at only 16 years old, Woods found work on the Danville and Southern Railroad in Missouri. He started as a fireman. His job was physically exhausting. He shoveled coal into locomotive furnaces for hours at a time. But while others simply worked the job, Woods studied the machines. He wanted to understand how they worked, and more importantly, how they could work better. His intelligence and determination soon earned him promotion to engineer. By his early 20s, he had worked in rolling mills, railroads, and aboard steamships. While serving on the steamship Ironsides, he became chief engineer. Every position gave him something valuable: knowledge, experience, and insight into the problems that transportation systems faced every day. Unlike many inventors of his era, Woods did not come from wealth. He did not have famous professors or powerful connections. He built his expertise through observation, curiosity, and relentless study.
Chapter 3. Inventing the Future. By 1880, Woods had moved to Cincinnati and started his own business as an electrical engineer and inventor. It was a bold move. America's electrical revolution was just beginning. Inventors across the country were racing to create the technologies of the future. Granville Woods intended to be among them. In 1884, he received his first patent, but it was only the beginning. The following year, Woods introduced a remarkable invention he called the telegraphany. The device combined features of the telephone and telegraph. For the first time, voice communication and Morse code messages could travel along the same wire. The invention attracted attention from major companies, and Woods sold the rights to the American Bell Telephone Company. It was proof that his ideas could compete with the biggest names in American technology. Chapter 4. The Invention That Changed Railroads. In the 19th century, railroads were transforming America, but they had a dangerous problem. Once a train left a station, communication became difficult. Dispatchers often had no way to communicate with locomotives in motion. This lack of communication contributed to delays, confusion, and deadly accidents. Granville Woods believed he could solve the problem. In 1887, he patented his most famous invention, the synchronous multiplex railway telegraph. The system allowed moving trains and train stations to communicate with each other while the train remained in motion. For the first time, railroad operators could track train locations more effectively and coordinate traffic more safely. The invention represented a major leap forward in railroad safety. Railroads quickly recognized its value. But success also attracted attention from powerful competitors. One competitor in particular, a man named Thomas Edison. Chapter 5: The Battle with Thomas Edison. As Wood's reputation grew, so did the number of people claiming his inventions belonged to them. Among those challengers was Thomas Edison. Edison argued that he had developed a similar railway communication system first and deserved ownership of the patent. For many inventors, facing Edison would have been intimidating. After all, he was one of the most famous men in America. But Granville Woods refused to back down. Armed with sketches, notes, models, and evidence, he defended his invention. Not once, but twice. And both times, he won. The courts ruled in Wood's favor. His invention was his own. After Edison's second defeat, something remarkable happened. Edison reportedly offered Woods a position with the Edison Company. It was an extraordinary acknowledgement of Woods' talent. But Woods declined. He chose independence. Chapter 6: Lighting the City and Powering the Future. Granville Woods never stopped inventing. His innovations expanded far beyond railroad communication. He improved electrical railway systems. He developed safer methods for supplying electricity to trains. His work contributed to advances in underground rail transportation and third rail systems. While he did not invent the third rail itself, his improvements made electrical transit systems safer and more practical. His technology was successfully tested at Coney Island in 1892. Woods also improved train braking systems. He enhanced technologies related to the Westinghouse air brake, helping make rail travel safer. In 1896, he introduced another invention, the safety dimmer. This system enabled more efficient theater lighting control while reducing electricity consumption. By this point, Woods had become one of America's most prolific inventors. Over the course of his career, he secured more than 50 patents. Some sources place the number at over 60. Yet despite his achievements, recognition remained elusive. Chapter 7: The Price of Genius. Like many inventors, Woods struggled financially. Despite creating technologies used by major corporations, he often sold his patents for far less than their long-term value. Racial discrimination also limited opportunities available to him. At times, Woods reportedly claimed to be an immigrant from Australia because he believed people would show him greater respect than they would an African-American inventor. Yet, he never stopped creating, never stopped imagining, never stopped building. On January 30th, 1910, Granville T. Woods died in New York City from a cerebral hemorrhage. He was only 53 years old. And despite changing the future, he died nearly penniless. Legacy and conclusion. For decades, Granville Woods rested in an unmarked grave, a tragic ending for a man whose inventions helped transform American transportation. Finally, in 1975, supporters raised funds to place a proper headstone at his gravesite. Today, Woods is remembered through scholarships, historical markers, museum exhibits, and his induction into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. Yet his greatest monument is not made of stone. It moves every day, on railroad tracks, in subway tunnels, and through transportation systems around the world. Granville T. Woods proved that genius can emerge from the most unlikely places. A boy forced to leave school at 10 years old became one of the greatest inventors America has ever produced. The Black Edison, a pioneer, an engineer, a visionary, and a hidden legacy that deserves to be remembered. Coming next on the Hidden Black Legacy Project. Granville T. Woods helped revolutionize American transportation. But while one black genius changed how America moved, another used transportation to win his freedom. Enslaved in Virginia, Henry risked everything by mailing himself inside a wooden box for a dangerous 27-hour journey to freedom. The incredible true story of the man who mailed himself to freedom, Henry Box Brown. Coming next on the Hidden Black Legacy Project, the stories left behind.
The story doesn't end here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Hidden Black Legacy Project. Ring the bell so you don't miss an episode and help bring hidden history to light.